So as you know, I've been studying and studying and studying the Tao Te Ching, getting ready for Saturday at Innisfree. And the more I study it, the simpler it's getting. I'm over the hump of, oh my God, this is all so confusing. It's very simple at its base. And it's really what we practice here. So really, I'll try to bring out some of the basic concepts in this ancient poem, the Tao Te Ching, which is just full of wisdom and inspiration. But I think the biggest lesson is that it keeps going back to the simplest things. And one of the simplest is yin and yang. And I didn't plan it this way, but I'm kind of wearing a yin yang outfit. Yin is often represented by dark, and yang by lighter colors, like the sun above, the earth below. And everything is a mixture of the two. That's the thing. I can't think of anything that's purely yang or purely yin. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. That's one of the things we could keep in mind for today's practice, how the two blend together. And the way that's described, I could just think of the line, be a pattern for the world. That's the line that I can remember from the Tao Te Ching. Be a pattern for the world. And that means it's good to just know that these two oppositional energies are within us. Like it's really just like the sun shining through the leaves. And you look at the shadow, there's the dark shadow, but the bright sunshine between the leaves. So it's like be a pattern for the world. So let's line ourselves up with that world now. Let's have our feet on the earth. Feel the solidity of our bodies, our bones aligned. But we've got that clarity, the breath, the excitement of being together, practicing together. That's like a sparkly, young kind of energy of growth and learning and movement forward. So right away, we're balancing those two energies. Another very, very basic generative idea is from nothing comes everything, and then everything goes back to nothing, which I thought, geez, that's a little intense. I don't know if I go for that. But these were people who were studying nature, and you know that in your garden. You know, mid-February, there's nothing much going on. Dirt, few sticks, some leaves. Then from nothing comes July with all the flowers. So that brings us to the concept of Wu Ji. Wu Ji, the emptiness, the stillness, the breath is able to flow. Our mind has got a lot of space. From this place of emptiness, we can generate anything we want in terms of movement. We can move in any quality, any direction, any speed. So just appreciate that simplicity of the emptiness. Now, bend the knees a little, find a simple, gentle rotation. Claudia and I were both commiserating about how our backs are stiff from gardening. So if you are dealing with any stiffness or discomfort in your body, really go gently and softly at the beginning, because that's another basic principle that's written about in the Tao Te Ching. You start small. Everything starts small. The gigantic pine trees grow from a little seed. So we let our body slowly become more flexible as we knock and tap. Real easy. Breathe. That helps to move the circulation even more. Relax the neck. Maybe your chin has to drop a little. And when you start to feel things are warming up, you can intensify it. You can tap on the door of life, tap on the sea of chi in front and door of life in back. Okay, right now you can modify. Maybe you want to have the feet wider apart, maybe not. Just keep tapping, breathing, and relaxing. Getting all the juice out of this exercise. There's a lot going on. Pardon me. Good. Slow it down, and relax. So that's one way the spine moves, right and left. It also moves front and back. Spinal cord breathing. Stick your tail out a little. Inhale, exhale, curl under. And this is receiving the chi, receiving the breath. Exhale, allowing it to exit. So it's like a sponge. Good. Make it feel right. Now, some of you may feel this mostly in your shoulders, so keep it soft. Many of us are probably feeling this in our spine. Now, the spine, as you know, has some of the biggest, strongest bones in the body. They're all linked together from this with this connective tissue, though, and that leads to a lot of issues, of course. So here's the principle of the Tao Te Ching that I think of for this one. The soft overcomes the hard. The soft, easy breathing and the movement will come over that feeling of that stiffness and that kind of intractability of the spinal column. Think about it like being softened, like warm water flowing all around you, softening that stiffness. Breathing in, nourishing oxygen. Curl the tail under, squeeze. The soft overcomes the hard. I often use that to explain like water wearing away stone. Ooh, that feels so good. Good. Jim, that's the next one. Jim B by the pool. He's in the flow. That's the next thing we're going to do. And relax. Pause, come back to that initial position of, just pause and relax and see if you can feel the circulation in a slightly different way. Now we do a little sideways movement of the spine, which really do any way that feels good. You could do like a little mini flowing like the river. And again, this is sideways movement, lateral movement. So you'll feel different aspects of those really three-dimensional joints of the spine. Breathe and just say the soft overcomes the hard. Right? Let me find that passage. It should be easy to find. I've got it all highlighted. I think it's toward the back. Oh, I didn't find the soft overcomes the hard, but here's a great one. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. That's a good one. You don't want to force your body to loosen and relax. You'll ruin what's just about ready to relax by going, I could do a little more. You're actually creating tension that way. So we want to don't force it, just go with the flow. So you could do it that way, or you could do dog wags its tail. Oh my God, my neck is cracking today. I must need this. Oh my God, Kathy Bernard is doing it with a broken wrist. What a heroine. Good, Kathy, welcome back. She's doing it like this. That's smart. Okay, relax, opening the lateral flow of the body. And right, the head is in alignment so that it's safe to relax the neck. You can go faster, slower, experiment. Wow. And slow it down. Pause, feel the circulation that opens up. Yeah, let's go a little deeper into that one. Okay, so let's slowly pick the cherries. I think I'll start calling it that. Float the arms up, bend the knees. Now, here's a little hint lower back stiffness. You almost slide the tailbone under a little, very little. It's not a big deal tuck, it's just don't arch it. And slowly pick your cherries out of the tree. This will stretch the sides of your back, the lower sides of the back that are really often kind of tightened up in weird asymmetrical ways. If we always cross the same leg over, if we're always using the same, dominant leg, that's one thing that screws them up, sitting a lot. This unscrews them up. This relaxes them. As you all know, because I know you like this one. Picking cherries. Bringing flow. Warm, watery, circulating flow into the spinal cord, all the way up to the brain. And to relax. Now, there's an acupressure point. I couldn't remember the name of it last time we taught, but I want to go over it because it feels really good. It's something rejuvenation. I just remember we could just call it the rejuvenation point because that's a great concept. And it's right here. It's right if you find the tightest, highest part of your shoulder, tracing from your ear out, right? That's gallbladder 21. That's the one we always work on. Let's do that first, since I'm talking about it. It's about halfway between your neck and your outer shoulder. And you can just massage with the opposite hand. And I like to support the arm so that the shoulder relaxes. Just press in and breathe. Yeah, look at Barbara doing it and wagging the tail at the same time. That's chi improv. Ooh. Now the rejuvenation point is just over the shoulder toward the back. Great spot. Great spot for opening circulation. Not just opening circulation, but also, what's I going to say? Giving you a sense of how the upper back and the neck work together. Oh, man. Relax, just pause for a moment and breathe and use your intention, your yi, your mind, your visualization to just see an open circulating flow down your upper back. Now let's try the other side. Start, the top of the shoulder. Mm. Breathing, the soft overcomes the hard. But sometimes you got to add a little massage. And then over, like toward the back. I don't know if I mentioned this. It's on the small intestine meridian. Just if you're a Chinese medicine geek, and the small intestine meridian is the yang or hollow organ associated with the yin solid organ. So they're a dyad. They're a couple. Ah. Okay. Now, squeeze your shoulders up in a drop. Squeeze, drop, and let your knees drop a little too. Kind of makes your pants shake. And then kind of make it smaller and quicker. But keep the shrugging. Good. Yeah. It's just to feel a looseness through your shoulders. Feel that movement, the arm bone just, yeah. Good. Slow it down. Shake it out. Yeah, let's do one more. Bunch the fingers together to the lung points. Massaging. I see a couple of new people. So lung points are right under your shoulder, under your collarbone. Out toward, there's a little hollow. Lung 1 and 2. Excellent for respiration. Excellent for immunity. Excellent for inspiration, right? There's the different energy of the lungs, this inspiration and courage, right? So we open that, all that energy up. And you can feel maybe the tissues are a little tighter on one side than the other. That's good information. Now we'll just do a nice spiral. This is rooster spreads its wings. Any size of wing spread that feels good. Any speed that feels good. You can modify this if you are dealing with rotator cuff stiffness. The soft overcomes the hard. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. That's from the Tao Te Ching. Prevent trouble before it arises. Put things in order before they exist. The giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout. The journey of 1,000 miles starts beneath your feet. So they're talking about preventative medicine, right? How does he put it? Put things in order before they exist. So we're avoiding rotator cuff problems by getting some flow in there. All right. Relax. Pause. This warm weather is great for feeling the chi, because the circulation really opens up easily. So these little pauses are very helpful to train your mind to notice the changes on that subtle level. Now push the hands out. This in itself, we're stretching meridians, right? We're spreading the fingers. This is an example when you do really tighten the joints. You're really tightening the elbow here to create some stretch. Shoulders are down, head drops. Breathe, and then on the exhale, roll the head a little front and back. So now the stretch is targeting tension on the opposite side of the neck. So your left side is hopefully stretching. If you find a spot that really needs it, you pause and do little circles with your chin. Loosening, unwinding the knot. Chin to the chest. Gently. And great example here, this one, of the soft overcoming the hard. You really want to pull back when you're stretching the neck. Do less, much less effort and much more breath and relaxation and surrender to gravity. Trust that the gentle movement will, over time, like a giant pine tree growing from a little teeny seed, over time, that tightness will transform. It'll let go, freeing up lots of energy. And relax. Whew. Give it a little massage. Massaging up and down the back of the neck. Oh, yeah, here we go. It's 43. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. And there we go again, talking about non-action. Well, they're talking about just this natural cycle. The earth doesn't go, oh my God, it's spring, time to grow some plants. The Tao flows through the earth, grows the plants. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing the Tao to flow through us. So let's try this now. Speaking of flow, let's do spinal wave, hips back. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. Roll up. Exhale, hips back, chest forward. Relax the neck. Drop the tail, roll up, and don't force the spine to stretch. Just get into the nice, simple rhythm of the breath, the downward, the upward. Gravity, yin, magnetic force drawing us to the earth. Inhale, floating up the yang energy, bringing them together. This is a very, very important exercise. Not this specific one necessarily, but this idea of softening and opening the flow through the spine. What it does is it brings qi up to the brain. Right. In Chinese medicine, this is how you keep your brain youthful. It's how you detoxify your brain by getting the fluid in the spinal cord or surrounding the spinal cord and surrounding the brain. You're getting that to flow. You just watch. It looks really good. Good. Yeah. Beautiful. Now try it smaller just to experiment, like a smaller range of motion. And you may find that brings the awareness and the movement into a whole different area that you didn't even realize needed to stretch. Again, I do this personally with my hands slightly supporting the weight by resting on my thighs, because that helps me relax even more. So it's an option. And relax in the center. Breathe. Now step the feet apart, wide. Let's do it this way. Let's start in our horse stance. Very grounded, right? Really grounded. Really relaxed, solid on the earth. Float the arms, embracing the tree. And your arms are like, it's as though they're resting on two branches of a great tree. Now think of that central channel, that clear, calm stillness in the middle of the body, very alive, and rotate around it just as far as you can go without anything else. Like you don't want the knee to join in or the back to get tight. Inhale, center. In other words, you're isolating this from above the hips, twisting at the waist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Hands stay right in front of, this is excellent, everyone. Hands are staying right in front of the center of your chest as you turn. So it's a little contained. It's not a big deal twist. It's a very centralized. Great for the abdominal muscles, works the oblique muscles. And center. Okay, good. Now place your hands on your legs. Hips go way back. Your shoulders, arms are pretty straight, and you're really putting your weight into your arms. The shoulders may come up a little, doesn't matter. I think you know where we're going. I'm going to face sideways so you can see this. From the center, twist first at the lower part of the spine, then the rib cage, and then last of all, twist at the neck and look up over your shoulder. Breathe, enjoy that stretch. Then come back to the center. Twist the other way. Lower back, middle back, neck. And I don't want to rush you. Give you time to do this. Excellent. Beautiful. Center. Good, Kathy. Good accommodation. I don't think we're going to do too many hand-weighted postures today, Kathy. Now, when you do this stretch, feel free to stay in to one side, stretching to one side a little longer, you know. You may find you need to stretch one side more. Pushing the knee you're facing away from, it feels like the back knee, you could push that open a little toward the pinky toe, and you'll get a great stretch through the inner thigh. Whoa. Now center. Bring the toes, well, they are front. Bend the knees slightly, just relax. Interlace your fingers, take your thumbs, massage the base of the cranium or anywhere else that needs some help softening. And then hands on the thighs, deepen the bend and come on up. Think about that, those oppositional energies now. Might feel a little lightheaded, so let the energy float out, gather it up, guide it back in. Connecting the upper body and the lower body. You're connecting the lower body and the upper body. The lower body is supporting the upper body. Another aspect of yin yang is the effort in the relaxation. That's a big one, of course, so that right here, we just did a pretty effortful stretch. Now we relax. And we visualize that energy just being freed up, enlivened within us. Good, good. Okay. I think I want to do this one next. I was at a really good concert last night. A local friend's band was playing. They're really great. I'll let you know next time if they ever do a gig. And I found myself doing figure eights as I stood there and started to get a little stiff and uncomfortable. And I thought, I got to teach this tomorrow, right? Figure eights. It's like when we do the belly dance circles and I say, draw with the tailbone, draw a circle on the floor. Now with your tailbone, you're drawing a figure eight on the floor. right? Keeping the tailbone dropped, and figure out just how much you want your knees to be bent, how far apart you want your feet to be, so that your figure eight is nice and smooth and your joints are getting oiled up through the feet, the ankles, the knees. You'll notice as you shift, let's all shift to the right. You'll notice your right hip is a little bit more toward the front, and then it circles around to the back. Now your left hip is forward. It's a wonderful, symmetrical spiraling that is fantastic for training balance. Here's why. You're shifting your weight all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but you can feel the weight going the outside of a foot, the heel, then it goes over to the other foot, goes across the toes, the outside of that foot and the heel, then the toes of the right foot, outside of the right foot and the heel. Your feet, these are like gecko feet, right? Climbing up the walls. Ugh, strong toes, strong suction cup feet, holding the earth, drawing energy up from the earth. It's a great little exercise. Not so little. And center. Relax for a moment. That's a major pathway of energy, that figure eight. You'll see it later in the flows. So for now, though, let's bring our hands to our lower backs, right on the door of life, covering it. Door of life is kind of in between. Tailbone drops, slightly drops under even. Drop the chin to the chest or forward and breathe into your hands and back. Breathe, let the breath move back into your hands. And you do that by holding the abdominal wall pretty flat and softening, kind of puffing out the lower back a little bit. And then on the exhale, you might find yourself rocking a little toward your toes. Inhale, you may rock a little toward your heels. This is another rejuvenating movement from Qigong. Going to help us stay very strong and upright as we get older. Our posture will just keep getting better instead of worse. Breathe in. And relax. Now, before we go into the technicality of the exercise, what we just did is very, very healing for stress. If you've just had a stressful event, and really, who hasn't? These days, it's like coming from all directions. But you can really wash it out of your body. Chemically, you're getting the cortisol out. The adrenals, you've heard this a lot, but sometimes you need to hear it a lot for it to settle in. The adrenal glands are right there. They're right on top of the kidneys. In fight or flight, when we're stressed, they spurt out cortisol. And we want to get rid of that. It comes in handy at times, but we don't want it constantly firing and causing problems. So this reverse abdominal breathing, you're bringing the circulation all the way back to this very tight part of your body where the kidneys are. They're inside the muscles of the spine there. They're underneath them, so it's hard to get to them, but this will do it. And again, don't hurry it, but you could try that and just go, stress is gone, at least physically, right? Okay. So that's our preparation for Iron Bridge. Iron Bridge, hands go back here, either kind of the back of the waist or a little lower. Bend the knees tighten the tush, push the hips forward, and the chin is kind of down toward your chest. Fabulous stretch here, right here for your psoas muscles. And breathe. You may automatically find you're doing that reverse abdominal breathing or kidney breathing because your abdomen muscles are tight here. They will automatically tighten up. It's actually an eccentric contraction, so they're really getting strong, your abs here. Woo! Probably your legs are getting tired too. So then you come up, bend with the knees bent, just bend forward and wash out stress and fatigue in a pool of healing water. Wash it away. Soft bouncing through the knees. And then slowly roll up. And we draw down that energy. That energy that we just created is like radiating out all around us. It's a good way to visualize it. And guide it back. So right into the brain, right through the center of the body, all the way down. So again, a very yang, intense exercise is balanced with super yin, relaxed, peaceful, absorbing the benefits. Think about that. You're absorbing, you're receiving effortlessly, enlivening the brain. It's helping to calm, cool the heart. It's great for the digestive system. This is your hands pass all these internal organs, the liver, etc. They're receiving greater awareness and greater compassion, which is very healing. Good. So that's the basic iron bridge exercise. Very big contrast. So extremely strengthening. Here's the second level, a little more challenging. You make okay signs. Comme ça. Right there at your lower back. And this kind of represents containing the energy, I think. But it's also a way to bring the arms back and drop the shoulders. Again, you tuck the tail under. This is an option because the hands are not on the back here, so it'll be more challenging. If that doesn't feel good for your back, go right back to having your hands here, just as good, you know? It's whatever you want to work on today. Okay, so here we are. Chin is on the chest, your focus is level. That'll protect your neck. And breathe. You may find as you hold this more challenging position, you may find your body kind of going, vibrating. That's the energy starting to release. It's nothing to be frightened by. It's actually a very good sign. Shoulders dropped. The inner thighs are actually activated by this. They're getting some strength. One more breath. Whew. And then up. Now make the healing sound for the heart. Ah. As you wash out. Ah. Any stress, anything weighing heavy on you. Ah. Healing sound for the heart. Lowering slowly up. Pause. Just notice, register. Maybe you see it, maybe you feel it. Imagine it, the energy that's swirling through you and all around you. And corral that. Inhale. Bring it back in. Right? Qigong is a way of organizing the energy of the universe. Telling it what direction we want it to move into. Or asking it, allowing it. That's more like it. Oh, the healing, positive energy. Very important to cultivate that these days. So our mind is hardwired toward the negative. So this whole practice is about balancing that. One more time. Bringing in the healing, the strength, the peace, the joy, the love, whatever energy you find most delicious for you. And rest. We're finished. No hurry. Gorgeous. Yeah. The second verse of the Tao Te Ching, which I used to skip over because I thought, I don't know, I didn't like it. Talked about things that are ugly or things that are bad. That's how we know the things that are beautiful, the things that are good. So the second verse goes, when people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. It's obvious, you know? It's just contrast. Being and non-being create each other. Difficult and easy support each other. And then it gets more abstract, but it's just a great concept for the practice of, you know, doing this intense thing and then, this very relaxed thing clarifies. Okay, let's just shake. You have a question, Leslie? No? Oh, okay. Let's just shake. Gentle. You make the healing sound for the heart again. You can do that whenever you want. H-A-A-A-A. It's a great way to ventilate. If there's a body part that's problematic, like maybe you have arthritis in your hands or your wrists, your thumbs, make sure you're really relaxing and shaking. Sure your elbows, if you have tennis elbow, elbows shake, knees, or maybe no problems at all, but maybe you know you tend to tighten up in your shoulders and your neck. So just focus on that being really loose and rubbery. Letting go, letting go. That's another basic principle, decreasing and decreasing. For most of us, every day we're adding on, more, more, more. In Taoism, it's letting go, less. Less is more. Decreasing and decreasing. So maybe you're a person who worries a lot, like me. I worry a lot, right? So I try to just decrease it a little. Just let a little worry go. It makes room for a little bit of trust and confidence to come in. Whatever it is you need to let go of. Good. Slow it down and stand quietly. Stillness and clarity are the alignment of the world. Breathe that. That's a line from the Tao Te Ching. Stillness and clarity are the alignment of the world. Whatever that means to you. If Feel the earth beneath you, sky above your head. Feel the space in front of you, the space behind you, to the right and the left. Those are called the 6 directions. So now we're going to connect to those 6 directions with this next flow. Now for flows, you really just relax. You did the warm up, you got the energy moving. So now you let the energy do the cultivating for you. We're going to inhale, float the arms effortlessly to the side, palms up. I'm going to face the same side as you. Okay? Exhale, turn to the left. Stay there. Inhale, arms float up above the center of your head and turn front. Exhale, hands float down. Okay, so then we go the other way. So inhale, energy to the right and the left. Exhale, turning above the waist, energy to the in front of you, energy behind you. Inhale, up, energy above you and below you. And as soon as you get to the up, down axis, you continue and you turn front. And we exhale, bring it right down through the center of us. This is drawing down the energy from the heavens in 6 directions. Right and left. Turn front and back. Reaching up. Turn to the front. Exhale above and below. Go a little slower. Let's pause here. Think about what this signifies. This signifies infinity, infinity. Infinity, that's a lot of energy. So you don't have to fill it up with your energy, but it's nice to know there's a lot out there and you're just soaking it up. From the right and from the left. These are slightly spent. Now you rotate to the right and think about the energy in the front of you and the energy behind you into infinity. Now we're going to come back to the front. Infinity above you, infinity through the earth on the other side of the earth. Bring all of that through the center. Okay? So that's the pattern. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. Or left. Inhale up. Like water falling, rain falling from the sky. Open to the side. Turn to the right. There, now I can return the arms, float up. Come front. Energy right through the center. It's the energy of nature, right? It's a beautiful, if you're in a beautiful setting, just connect to it. Turn, feel all the beauty and the power, energy of nature in front and behind you. Gather it between the 2 hands. And organizing it through that calm, still center. Little less effort now. Exhale, turn. We're gathering in the aliveness, the positive energy. The sun above, the rain, the clouds, the stars, earth. This represents right here, it's all the plants, the nature, people at this level. Heavens above, earth below. And just pause right here at the bottom. And stand and hold a chi ball. Now you're holding all that energy between your hands. I love that one. I don't teach that often enough, but I remember when I learned it, it helped me feel that connection to the natural world. So here the hands come a little closer. Maybe you feel some springiness or magnetic pulling, some sparkles, some something. It's your bioelectricity. Now bring that chi ball right in front of your heart and the palms touch. Just pause for a moment. We're going to pause for a moment because this next exercise is about the heart mind, right? The heart mind is actually right here. It's connecting the heart mind to the positive. So pause. Take a moment to just think of some things you can be grateful for. Some things that are good in your life or in the world. Because we are hardwired toward negativity. That's our protective um, protective sympathetic nervous system, hardwired to be alert to danger. That's what we have to balance. That energy of stress, because man, are we being bombarded by it these days. So we really have to work hard to keep the other energy just as strong. The energy of gratitude, appreciation, love, compassion, joy. It's a powerful thing to keep those two in balance. So the heart energy, the energy of the summer, the fire element, has a lot of space to it. It has a lot of brightness, warmth, fun, sparkliness, like fireflies. So this last thing we're going to do, this last flow, here's what you do. Bring your right hand up, more or less in front of your heart, with the fingers bunched, and your left hand below your dantian. Okay? You're holding a lantern. And the lantern is full of the light of your heart, which looks like little fireflies, all right? So each of the fireflies could be a different kind of loving energy, or you could just think they're fireflies, just think of that bright, it's joyful to see the beautiful little fireflies in the trees at night. So you're holding a lantern full of firefly light, and you're going to share that light with the world. That's the purpose of a lantern, right? So whichever arm is up, that elbow, it's going to like lead the way. Turn to the right. And then change. Bring your left hand on top and hold the lantern. Turn to the left. Change. And it's like the fireflies are flying around. They keep the lantern from falling. So you could really take your time. Like right here, the lantern stays suspended. Nice and smooth. And yeah, y'all have the pattern. So now let it be continual. The breath is just natural, relaxed. And the hips are making a little figure 8. The light of joy, of love, of compassion. The heart energy is also happiest when it's calm, not overexcited, but calm. Try to work a little less, 70% of your full effort at the most. Just floating and swirling. Decreasing and decreasing effort. Because often our effort gets in the way and blocks the energy. Now, the next time your lantern ends up right in the center, hold that lantern full of fireflies and just let it dissolve into a chi ball. And let's hold a giant chi ball in your arms. Shoulders are relaxed, elbows are relaxed. Maybe you're holding a bunch of fireflies. They're all flying around in a big circle. Sparkling light. This is the fun part, right? Use your imagination, anything that brings you joy, peace. It's very healing energy. Breathe. Contain that beautiful light. And then let's bring that chi ball, like get the light brighter and brighter. Chi ball, like the sun, comes right down in front of your lower dantian and seal it in, hand over hand, feet together. Now let's root all that sparkly, bright energy. Root it like bamboo trees, rooted into the earth. Bamboo trees in the wind, just to relax, rock and sway a little bit. That happens fine. You don't have to. Feel each of your 10 toes rooted. That earth energy is being soaked up through the legs, through the whole body, all the way up to the brain, all the way out through the heart, through the arms, all the way out to the chi field around each of us and beyond. Now, slowly open your eyes. That was great, everybody. Thank you all for practicing with me and for practicing together. Quick reminder, if you're around next Saturday, 10:30 at Innisfree here in Millbrook, the beautiful garden of Innisfree, come join me we'll be doing stuff like this in the garden. Should be really fun. Second vow of appreciation and gratitude is for nature, for this beautiful practice that's been passed down, that evolved from just people sitting in nature and observing. And last bow of appreciation and gratitude toward yourself for taking care of your chi. Okay, thanks everybody. Excellent work. Great working with you. I love working with you. Have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I'll stop the recording now. There, it's over.